let me show you some tips and tricks for POCO F7 Pro. Of course, some of these tips can be also found on other devices. I just think that these that I'm about to show you are pretty good, pretty practical, or useful for at least some people. So let's get right into it, and first we're gonna go to the gallery because I want to show you some editing tools that we have available on this phone. So of course, if you want to edit a photo, over here at the bottom we have this pen icon, and what we can find is, for example, these AI tools here, such as the enhance, expand, erase. We can also remove reflection if our photo has a reflection of some sort of, and we also have this sky option as well. So let's say we want to erase something from our photo, we have something that we want to remove from our photo. In that case, we can use the erase option, and we can manually, for example, select the area that should be removed. So let's cover everything that we want to get rid of. We can also select a specific object, so we can draw a circle around the object instead, and then the object should be selected, and we can press start in order to remove the object from the photo. In some case, it is not working properly for some reason, but actually for the most part, I actually made it work. So maybe it's just bad luck this time, but let's see if this time it will erase. It should be just fine. There we go. It is working just fine. As you can see, the object is completely gone. Not only that, we can remove lines, we can remove people, and so on from our photos. So definitely lots of different cool tools that we can use. Besides those AI tools, we have a bunch of different options as well, but they are pretty standard nowadays. Now, another thing that I want to show you while we are in the gallery is the private album, which allows us to hide photos and videos. So if you want to hide something, you can press and hold your finger on the photo or video, and then we can select multiple things at once. Now we want to press add to album, and over here we have private album, so we can select it, press OK, and there we go. Of course, if you do this for the first time, you will also need to set up a password, which can be separate from, for example, the screen lock password. But essentially, if you want to access these hidden photos and videos, you want to go to albums over here and then swipe down in order to open the hidden section, the private album, as you can see over here. So pretty cool. It allows us to privately keep some of our stuff over here. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is the voice recorder. Of course, the voice recorder itself isn't really something unusual. But what we can also do is we can find the AI generated speech, or this is actually the speech recognition, which means that whatever we say out loud during the voice memo recording, it will be converted into the text over here. We can also adjust the language if needed, and we can also find different speakers. So actually the text is separated by speakers. So if multiple people talk, if there is a discussion, then of course it will be separated, which is pretty cool. If we stop recording, of course we can go back to that recording. We can find our speaker and also the summary as well. We have the AI summary that allows us to, for example, keep some, for example, voice notes or something, and then if the voice recording is long enough, we can actually create a summary. We can also show the voice print if we want to, and so on. So definitely pretty cool tool. Over here in the top right corner, we have this button that allows us to even select the target language. So let's say if I choose French, it will be translated. The summary will be translated, as well as the speech as well. So if you want to translate a voice recording, you can do this with the voice recorder over here. If your home screen page became a mess and you have lots of free space, then you can actually press and hold your finger on an empty space in the home screen, and then you get the advice that you can shake the device in order to fill in these spaces. So we're gonna actually do that. Let me try to shake the phone just a little bit. And as you can see, icons have been repositioned automatically to the next available spot, which allows us to organize our home screen in a quite fun way. Besides that, in the home screen, you can have a different effect when we switch between pages. As you can see over here, I have this little effect. If you want to change the effect, then once again, we're gonna press and hold our finger on an empty space. And this time we're gonna go to settings, and over here we have transition effects, where we have the default slide. We also have the crossfade, tumble, page, as well as cascade, rotate, and cube, which is pretty cool. So pick your favorite one, and now you have a new effect between different pages, the different transition effect. Now, if you go to the app drawer for the first time, you will find a bunch of, for example, suggestions, categories at the top, the white background, and so on. But you can customize it pretty easily, and in order to find these settings, you need to simply tap on this setting icon over here in the top right corner. And here we can disable suggestions, we can manage categories or completely disable them if you don't want them. We can manage the background, so if you prefer to have full solid background, then of course you can keep it that way, or if you prefer to have it dark, and of course you can add the transparency in order to make the, for example, wallpaper still visible, but just a little bit darker for better clarity. And then it looks like this, pretty cool. And of course we also have the IR blaster on our phone, which is at the back. I believe here, over here, this circle is the IR blaster. And the IR blaster allows us to set up our phone to be a remote for certain devices. In order to set up the phone to be a remote, we can go to My Remote app that is pre-installed. Then over here we can add the remote. And you should be able to choose between TVs, ACs, fans, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, a bunch of different options. So for example, if you want to be able to control your TV with your phone, then of course we can go to TV, select the brand, and then you will go through different TVs where you will have to aim at the TV in this case, and see if the phone makes the TV react to pressing a button, for example, if it turns off and so on. The instructions are pretty clear when we start to, when we configure the phone or the remote, so you should be able to easily add the remote to your phone. Now, another thing that I want to show you is actually in the settings. There are a couple of things that I want to show you here in the settings, but first we're gonna go to display and the brightness, because over here, if we go to display resolution, we can actually increase the display resolution to WQHD plus for better clarity. However, as a drawback, of course, we have higher battery consumption, but on the other hand, we also have the option to save battery. So in some cases, we can automatically downgrade to full HD plus again in order to save the battery. So the phone will do that for us. So if you prefer to have the highest resolution on the phone possible at the cost of battery consumption, then of course you can switch to higher resolution over here. Now, another thing that I want to show you is in personalization. More precisely, if you scroll down, you should be able to find AI dynamic wallpapers. And we have some, for example, wallpapers that we can use on in our home screen. So as you can see, we can have some sort of animated wallpaper pretty easily. And not only that, we can also use our own photo and make the AI generate some sort of movement for our photo that we take, or that we use actually. So it is pretty cool that we can create in some sort of animation, a small animation. The categories are still pretty limited, so these categories that work so far fine or good enough are, for example, plants, forests, some landmarks, and cars as well. So if you want to create your own one, then you can press plus over here. There we go, we have the example categories that are working just fine. And if you select your photo, after a minute or two, the AI will generate the animation, and you can just simply use it in the home screen or even the lock screen as well if you want to. Now, the next thing that I want to show you, once again in the settings, is actually in battery. And in this case, what you can do is, if you go to, actually out here, if you go to additional features, you should be able to find clear cache when device is locked. So this option allows you to clear your phone, to clear cache whenever you lock your phone after the selected amount of minutes. So it is also a good way to optimize your phone so that the cache is not stored all the time for a long time. So let's say if you select in 5 minutes, so if you lock your device, then after 5 minutes, the phone will automatically clear cache, which is a pretty cool way to, like I said, to optimize your phone. And the next thing that I want to show you is the circle to search, which is a feature that seems to be appearing on lots of devices nowadays. And in order to use it, actually first I'm going to go to the Google app, but essentially in order to use it, you can simply press and hold your finger on the home button or the navigation handle if you use gestures in order to activate it. And now you can draw a circle around something in order to try to search in Google based on the selected area or based on a photo. As you can see over here, I have Google results, so I can search for them. I can also go for visual matches in order to find similar photos or identical photos, which is pretty cool. Besides that, you can simply also just tap on a photo or an object or a person in order to search for it. So this tool is useful, like I said, in order to try to search for something on the internet based on the given photo. It can be anything like cars, clothes, people, etc. Now, besides that, this feature also provides a song recognition or music recognition. So if you press this button, you can play, sing, or hum a song in order to search for a song if you don't know the title. So pretty much like a Shazam or something. And we can also translate our screen. So this option allows you to translate the screen from one language to another. And besides that, there is also the security app, which also provides some sort of optimization tools. So over here, as you can see, we are immediately scanning our phone for things that we can optimize. So with just a single button, we can pretty much optimize our phone pretty easily. We have a cleaner, we have a boost speed option. We can even find the deep clean option, which summarizes everything that can be removed. Of course, we decide by ourselves one by one what should be actually removed in order to release, to free up some space. So it is a pretty good way to optimize our phone, the memory and space and so on. We also have some hidden features over here. So if you swipe up to the toolbox, you can find, for example, the app lock, the hide apps feature and so on. So definitely worth checking out. And the last thing that I want to show you is the call toolbox. So if you are in a call, in the call menu, you can just open this call toolbox, which allows you to, for example, use the noise reduction, or we can even find the interpreter, which is over here. And we can easily translate our call. We can tap on the setting icon on the left side in order to change our language and the other person's language, and we can see the translation over here. So it is definitely useful if we are contacting someone who doesn't speak our language, or if we don't speak their language, of course. Now, if for some reason you don't have this call toolbox, then you can go to settings, scroll to additional settings, and then over here, if you go to floating windows, we can open the side toolbox option, and here we have call toolbox. Besides that, we also have the video toolbox, which is worth checking out, and the sidebar, which is also a pretty convenient tool as well. So that's about it. If you found this video helpful, you can leave a like and subscribe. Also leave a comment if you think that there is, for example, something else that could have been mentioned in this video, or if you have some suggestions, then of course leave them in the comments. If you found some new things that are worth checking out by other people, then of course you can share them as well, so that everyone can benefit as much as possible. And that's it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in my next videos. Bye!